One, I'm hitting record.
Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 13 of Hooked on Sonics. I'm Bruce. That there is Tony guzzling that tall drink of something, something.
Lemonade. I'm always drinking lemonade, dude. It's probably my favorite thing to drink besides tea.
There you go. Tony, how are you?
I am alive and kicking.
Sweet. Yep, we got a really great show. Some interesting albums that we're going to review today. We got Charles Bradley's Changes album and Thin Lizzy's classic Jailbreak.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. So before we get to that, let's get to our what have we been jamming to, Tony? What have you been jamming to?
Aside from your album today, it's a little more facing the camera there. Aside from your album today, I don't know, man. I've just been more pumped about. I haven't really been listening to a lot. I've been keeping an eye on the Muddy Roots lineup and taking care of some other things. I think I went back and listened to the Carolina Chocolate Drops again.
Nice.
I really like that girl. I like that girl's voice a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I listen normal doom stuff. I'm back to checking out the Yob albums. Really kind of enjoying those a little more. What else was I listening to here recently? Can't think of anything. Nothing else at this point in time. What were you listening to?
So the album that you gave me, that Thin Lizzy album, actually got me down a Charlie Daniels and Commander Cody and the Lost Planet Airmen rabbit hole. So I've been jamming to those. Picked up a couple of good Charlie Daniels albums. Knight Rider here.
Huh? Where'd you pick those up at?
One of my favorite record stores, Lost and Found Records here in Knoxville. They're fantastic.
Yeah, Tennessee's got a good music scene as far as being able to go out and pick up albums and stuff like that.
Yep.
We've got a pretty limited selection here in Columbus.
So I tell you what, if you go to Discogs and look up Lost and Found Records, they've got a lot of doom stuff and stuff for you to a lot of old school metal stuff on their Discogs. They've got at least 1,500 albums on there that's not available for the general public at the actual store. So check them out. Oh, yeah.
Are they reasonably priced?
Yes.
Dude,
they are very reasonably priced.
Again, dude, I can't get into collecting albums again, dude. Like, I remember all the CDs, all the cassettes, and I had a lot of albums, man, but that shit takes up a lot of fucking real estate. And real estate's kind of thin around here.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I just did a count last night, and I got approximately 226 albums.
226 CDs, I don't know. Album. Yeah. How much room does that take up in your house?
I will show you. Hold on. It's not that bad. That's it. And then whatever I got on my walls. Not bad.
Yeah.
I got room to grow.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about, because we didn't always have these album collections, right?
No.
Albums have made a definite resurgence, and that's great. When you think about albums you used to own, what albums stick out in your mind that you used to own back when we were younger?
The album, and it wasn't actual. Well, no, I take that back. The first album. Yep. It was Motley Crue "Shout at the Devil" that I picked up at a church yard sale.
"Shout at the Devil" at a church yard sale.
Yep. Picked it up for like $1 or $2. And I was probably 14. 13, 14.
Interesting.
Yep.
I have no clue what is going on, but I just got the warning that we got 10 minutes left. Didn't we just start this damn show?
I thought so.
It says 9.5 minutes left.
Okay. Well,
I ain't trying to do it that quick, but it is what it is. Wow, this is weird. Okay, so before we get into that real quick, I'm just going to throw this out there. Because of problems with Zoom, we are working on another alternative. And as a matter of fact, I want you to know I have looked into it this week. You and I will try to get together sometime this weekend or something and play with it and see what we can do with it. Getting into the album reviews, I don't know why our time's been cut so short. Let's move forward.
Okay.
I want you to go first.
Okay. I'm drinking a Union Soldier White Lager, by the way, by Endeavor Brewing. And it tastes really good. It's the first time I've had it. Okay. Moving on. I am
having a Rheingeist Vision. And I just dumped it all over my keyboard.
Great. All right. I had Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak, released March 26, 1976. I am not going to get into the big hits that are on this: Jailbreak, Boys in Backertown, and Cowboy Song. Every one of those songs are FM radio staples. And, I really want to focus on the songs that you don't hear. And I've really enjoyed the other songs a lot. And I don't know, I like them, I would say, more than the singles. And that could be because of just the fatigue of hearing those songs for years and years and years.
I can understand
the album here, it really does remind me of some early Charlie Daniels band, and actually some Van Morrison, and some of the jazz and funk that Angel from the Coast and Romeo and the Lonely Girl, phenomenal tracks, deep cuts that really good songs. There's a very melodic album, just a very solid album. I actually originally heard about the last song on the album, Emerald. Ace Frehley covered it with Slash on his Origins Volume 1 album, where Ace and Slash trade off on the solos in that, and I love that version. Vocally, I mean, Ace can't sing worth a shit, but the guitar, I like the guitar. I like Ace and Slash's solo work better on Emerald, but I like Phil's vocals, the original vocals, a lot better. So for me, I'd give this a good 8.5 out of 10.
Nice. It is a good album.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets as much recognition as it really deserves, aside from the tracks that made it big. And I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
So moving on to my album, I had Charles Bradley's Changes album. I was pretty familiar with the fact that this guy existed because I had heard the Changes song before. Thank you for purchasing the album for me to be able to own it, and I do appreciate that. I had got a good listen to it today. The one standout track was the inside the Nobody But You.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe it was that one that had the riff that sounded like a Summer Breeze track in it. God Bless America, classic tune. Good to Be Back Home was actually really good. Nobody But You, I think, is the one the standout track for me I really liked. Ain't Gonna Give It Up. I really, really, really liked that track.
Ain't It a Sin for Me? I love the phrasing in that, and I love the reverb on the guitars on that.
I did like that song too. I mean, I can't I'm having a real hard time finding a horrible song on the album, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
album. I mean, in all honesty, it's a good album. So if I tell you the standout tracks for me, obviously Changes is what made that album,
Mhm.
and it is a very emotional version of Changes. And yet, if you can't sing Changes with emotion, then you don't even know what Ozzy was doing at that time.
Yeah.
So, God Bless America, I loved it. Nobody But You, Ain't Gonna Give It Up, man. That was probably my favorite track on the album.
Mm.
Change for the World was good. I like the female accompaniments in that and the You Think I Don't Know. But with that being said,
Yeah.
I am going to give the album on my scale. It is a good album. I can't find a horrible track in the album. There are some standout tracks. I am going to give the album a solid 8. Solid 8. It's a good album. It's a good album.
Yep.
It's worth a few listens for sure. With that
Absolutely.
being said, we're down to about 3.5 minutes, which sucks because I have no idea what happened here. I really don't. It's weird, dude. I feel like we had just got started talking, and all of a sudden you got 10 minutes. So, with that being said, continuing in honor of
it's our
History
final
Month.
week. It's going to be our final week.
Black History Month. I'm going to give you a doozy.
Yeah.
You are going to go ahead and get Jimi Hendrix, Access Bold as Love.
All right. And I've been stewing on this for 2 or 3 weeks, deciding which album. And you are going to get Bad Brains, Rock for Light.
Bad Brains, Rock for Light.
Yep. A lot of people like to go with that debut album of theirs, but for me, Rock for Light's a better album.
Nice.
Some OGs of punk.
You know who's used to be a big Bad Brains fan back in the days? My cousin Candy, Mandy's younger sister.
Really?
Yeah. I think she's actually the one that turned me on to Bad Brains back in the day.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That'll be a good go back and listen to, man. I love it when we get to go back and reminisce across some good albums.
Yeah.
I got some heavy hitters coming for you here soon, man. I'm gonna pull some stuff out of left field.
Okay.
Just particularly for you.
Listen, that's what this show's about. It's just expanding our tastes and like, oh wow, yeah. But I'm telling you, if you go,
I know you have a big issue with some of that new country, but there are a few guys out there that yeah, it may seem bro country, but the guys are doing a good job, man. They're writing good tunes. They're writing catchy tunes, And to be honest with you, in my personal opinion, country's the new rock and roll. That's just where it is.
Yeah.
It's those guys have become the rock stars, and it's the pop thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect to country, because it is what it is. Everything evolves. Some people like the old outlaw country, somebody like the old 90s country and stuff like that. But the end of the day, everything evolves.
Yep. Well, I'm telling you, if you like that Thin Lizzy album, check out Charlie Daniels' first 2-3 albums.
Good deal.
And you'll be like, oh, I get it.
I hate for us to cut this short. We really don't know what happened here, but we will see you next week. I'll see you next week. Same YouTube time. Same YouTube channel.
See you guys.
Later, man.
Salute.
Salute.